Oh, yeah.
Guys, that all just really happened.
Yeah.
It's not easy running from the second floor. Hello, students, parents, teachers, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I stand before you all proud to hold the title of Salutatorian for the St. Ignatius College Preparatory Class of 2025. My name is Cooper Rawlings, and I am quite frankly shocked to be trusted with this microphone in front of the whole school. The deans haven't made a decision this bad since booking prom at the Exploratorium and then acting surprised when Silvio started exploring. Before I get into talking about the chaotic, immoral, and at times legally questionable 4 years that the class of 25 has had, I'd first like to talk about myself, because much like Quentin Maddox and every single promposal he was a part of, I love being the center of attention. When they told me I'd be giving the salutatorian speech, I was really annoyed, actually, because I was on round 114 of balloons in engineering, and I was so close to beating my record. I was retrieved by Mr. Glosser and walked into the principal's meeting room, where I was sat at a table alongside Dr. Davis, Miss Finn, Miss DiVincenzi, Miss Levine, Miss PL, and both the deans. When you're faced with a table of almost every single administration member of SI, and when your name is Cooper Sean Rawlings, there's only one thought going through your head. Uh-oh! They caught me! But soon I learned that I had gotten off scot-free yet again. Rather than facing my possible expulsion for organizing an illegal gambling ring in replacement of casino night, I would instead be giving a speech to my graduating class. You know, I come from a lineage of salutatorians, as both my older brother and my eldest sister held this title before I did. Oh. I know. When I talked to them about how to write this speech, I learned that it really was a different time at SI back then. I mean, socially speaking, society has moved miles since 2017, which means that SI has moved maybe 3 inches. But hey, for SI folks, that's enough. After speaking with the 2 former salutatorians, I knew just what to do. I decided to prepare with the same intensity and vigor that many of you devoted to your final essays and projects. So late last night, I began. I drank a couple of Red Bulls and I opened up Google Chrome. You know, I think Wikipedia really put it best when they said, St. Ignatius College Preparatory Class is a private Catholic preparatory school in San Francisco, California. God, they have a way with words.
Oh, yeah.
I walked into those foyer doors my first day of school, freshman year, bright-eyed, anxious, and short as hell. As an enthusiastic 14-year-old, I came into SI with a singular goal. Leave! As I've spent these past 4 years growing and making friends and learning, I've adapted my goal to be thus. Leave now. But make a couple friends along the way. Class of 25, I'd like to take it back to the very, very, very beginning. It was a dark night in October of 2006, and my parents had already put my siblings to bed when they went to their room. Oh, sorry guys, not that far back. Freshman year. We came into high school covering half our faces and staying 6 feet apart from each other. We pushed through an entire pandemic together. And though I wish I was still legally mandated to stay 6 feet apart from some of you, I'm personally very grateful that the masks came off. I remember the day the mandate went away. I wrote in my notes app, and I swear this is real, quote, "Masks went off today. Crush and bio is not all that." We began our time here with an entirely different schedule.
Question bio is not all.
We had red days, we had blue days, we had tread days, and Mr. White with no shoes days. We had PE and wellness. Did you know that the class of 25 is the last class at SI to have a mandatory PE course? I think somewhere in hell, Satan is chuckling to himself as he pokes the class of 25 one more time. And hey, looking at that class of 26, bring it back. Then, of course, our sophomore year hit, and so began the eventual robot uprising as ChatGPT took over the school. And before you ask, I must admit that ChatGPT had nothing to do with the writing of this speech, and as an AI language learning model, I do not condone the use of AI models such as myself.
Oh, man.
Whoops! Well, those were the glory days, weren't they? Before Zero GPT, Quillbot, or any AI detector, when you could ask AI to write a 500-word reflection on The Alchemist 5 minutes before class and totally get away with it. Except for a sneaking suspicion the teacher had that maybe Max Sperzo wouldn't use words like catalyst or unprecedented. Those truly were the glory days. Back when I was getting bullied out of my sophomore year friend group, but it really didn't matter because I had bigger things to worry about, like stepping out from behind my music stand on sophomore retreat. My music stand on my sophomore retreat was, of course, social anxiety and insecurity. Look at me now. Guys, I still need the music stand. Sophomore year saw the rise of future Olympian Shane Molinari when he qualified for CCS and set a school record for track and field. No, not on the SI track, but at Oracle Park. Then came our junior year, full of new surprises and academic failures. In junior year, we were the first class to be forced into a combined prom, proving that administration can rain on every single parade. In our junior year, we filmed the lip dub, maybe 10 years after the prime of a school lip dub. Why did we do that? I don't think even Mr. Borja knows. Mr. Borja and Mateo Del Grosso whipped that camera through the halls as dance and drill dancers tripped, students waved red and blue pom-poms, and a lot of white kids lip-synced to Turn My Swag On. And of course, now we're here. Senior year. Our senior year brought us joy, fun, and excitement. If you are a pessimistic cynic who loves nothing more than suffering through college apps for months and months on end. This guy knows what I'm talking about. I think my eardrums are ruptured from SITV blaring out Miss Vaccaro's college counseling video, telling you about enrichment programs from some strange nerd convention. But of course, thanks are due where thanks are due. Without Vaccaro and the entire college counseling team, I would not be going to college. But maybe I'd be a skipper on the Jungle Cruise ride at Disneyland, and that's kind of a little bit cooler. Senior year marked the destruction of the commons and the beginning of overpopulating the student center every single lunch period.
So sad.
I'd like to ask you all a very simple question. If you don't have enough classrooms for students, where do you put them? Big metal boxes with no air conditioning on the upper fields. We were all thinking it, guys. As classes, teachers, and priests were displaced, Father Reese needed somewhere to put his fish tank, a big glass box full of creatures perfect for spectating. Speaking of the cat center, I'd like to comment on the ingenious design. As a student who needs extra time on tests, I know firsthand that I can't take tests in a quiet, respectful classroom. Obviously, it's much easier to take the test in a big glass box in the middle of the library where I can see two freshmen going at it on the sofa chairs. But here we are. We're finally seniors. And whether you all know it or not, you've probably eaten your last Commons cookie, taken your last unit circle quiz, thank God, and have been blinded by your last shiny-headed, bald SI teacher. At SI, I've had my fair share of teachers. So have you, that's kind of how school works. The teachers here are what truly power the school. I'd like to take a moment of gratitude for a few things that they've taught me over my 4 years. Mr. Castro taught me that the more bug-eyed and creepy you are, the more your students will love you. Miss Bolin taught me to unapologetically be myself and put my all into my passions. Mr. De Benedetti taught me to always turn off my ringer, or else I'd be baking an entire tray of brownies alongside my freshman year algebra homework. Mr. White taught me nothing. Miss Martina Zebus taught me that somehow in our final year, seniors still don't understand how our own country operates. Dr. Kohler and Dr. Millen taught me that that conclave intro video was probably really religiously insensitive. And of course, Mr. Curry taught me everything. He taught me resilience, he taught me how to work hard enough to achieve what I want, and it was difficult to say goodbye to a close mentor halfway through the rehearsal process of a musical. But life pans out that way sometimes. This period of time in our life is full of goodbyes. And before we all say goodbye to this campus that has been home to us for 4 years, I'd like you all to take a trip with me, if you will. In light of recent Miss Boland's trips, I'd like to make this one purely imaginary to prevent further injuries. You know, let's all start right here in McCullough Gymnasium. I can still see prayer services going on around me. I can faintly hear Maya Briones strumming her signature guitar as Emma Keane belts out Set Afire, a song that the electrical panel took a little too literally this year. I hear the multi-talented Julian Ozaida not playing his clarinet or saxophone, but singing with music ministry as Wilson Chen not only plays piano, also fixes the entire Wi-Fi from his laptop and probably does your AP physics homework. Now come down to the football fields with me, if you will. I spent a lot of time here for a semester. Or rather, the track besides the football field, as Wildcat Nation pretended to do absolutely anything other than disrupt the game. I can still hear D-Flow banging on his bass drum, Danny Dallas and Jane Harudi playing our touchdown song at all the wrong times, and myself yelling into the mic, confidently chanting defense, right as Reardon scored on us. On that very field, John Mills, Jarius Hogan, and Soren Hummel led the Wildcats to victory, not just in CCS or our Bruce Mahoney game, but confusingly also in the Powder Puff game? Yeah, it felt a little unfair to put all 6 feet and 320 pounds of John Mills out there in the pink game, but hey, we did learn that pink really is your color, Soren. It makes your eyes pop. Now let's take a trip down to the SI equivalent of the Parisian catacombs, SI's basement. In the band room, I can hear Josh Nangle blowing his trumpet. And in Wigan Theater, I hear Rachel Hu, Bailey Ruiz, and Sophia Alva proving to me that white boys can't dance, even if they did let me wear the flowy dresses and unitards. Now imagine, if you will, the student center, teeming with freshmen, sophomores, and singularly Kevin Guo, all playing Stumble Guys on their iPads. Envision that ceiling tile above the round table that just so happened to keep falling. How did it manage to do that? Well, I'd like to invite all of you now to take a moment to imagine your favorite place on campus. Your home away from home, if you will. Again, though you may not realize it, you may have already spent your last minute standing or sitting in that spot. I'd like to invite all of you to close your eyes and visualize the space. And I mean this, please do this. Briefly appreciate the comfort that it has brought you. And for all you out there thinking at the tops of the stairwells, y'all nasty. As I look out into this audience of all of you, which I'm currently picturing in their underwear.
What? Okay, all right.
I see a sea of Ignatians. Whether you all know it or not, I see a crowd of graduates, all embodying SI's core principles, living out the grad at grad. Grad at grad states that an Ignatian is open to growth, intellectual, religious, loving, committed to justice, and committed to leadership. Since you probably never were taught these, let's take them one by one. An Ignatian is open to growth. I see this in almost every single student here at SI, except for Bobby Holzman and Marco De Benedetti. But for the rest of us, we have all grown up so much. I see this growth especially in my good friend Tommy Kale, who grew out his beard as soon as the facial hairband was lifted. Hey, now he finally has the caveman hair to match the caveman brain. Ooh. That is obviously a joke. One of us is majoring in aerospace engineering, and one of us is majoring in music. You can tell who has the caveman brain. And Ignatian, of course, is intellectual. I see this in my classmate Jacob Bushler. And Well, he stands in front of my AP English class and pulls some crazy poetic analysis out of his ass while playing piano with one hand and juggling with the other. I swear to God, that is a real thing Jacob Bushler can do. And Ignatian is religious. I see this in Corey Lemmer, whose prayer service speech made me entirely rethink my relationship with God. I, of course, also see this in Ethan Oviagle.
Let's go.
Who Cobra Kai's his way around the hallways, placing his hands on shoulders and blessing people. You know, I'm still not sure what gives him the religious authority to do that, but there's nobody I'd trust more to bless me than the man who wrestles with Silvio Berto on the Father Sour Fields all day. And Ignatian is loving. I see this in the student section of every basketball game chanting, "We want win! We want win!" and watching him sink a three at Chase. You can tell they cut a lot of loving jokes. And Ignatian is committed to justice. I see this in my good friends Alexis Paris and Tejbir Dhaliwal, who woke up at the crack of dawn each Thursday morning to deliver sandwiches to those in need on the comfort run. To whichever resident of the Tenderloin who got the sandwich I made my freshman year for a little extra credit, I am sincerely sorry I made you a mayo and mustard sandwich. It was literally all I had at my house that morning. And Ignatian is committed to leadership. I see this in Uma Kirpada and Maddie Evangelista, who showed up to every single Wildcat Nation leadership meeting and managed to steer that boat back on course when EJ Gantz and I continuously pitched Little People Wrestling as the halftime event for every single game. Hey, Glosser liked it. He did. I've spent 4 grueling years at SI, and I've learned some lessons along the way. The diploma they hand us as we walk across that stage in about a week from right now, it represents more than just a piece of paper. This diploma represents 4 years of hard work at SI. Some of you are receiving your diploma because you have committed to working hard, serving others, and embodying Ignatian values. Some of you are just really good at sports. I've learned 3 lessons in my time at SI that I'd like to share with you all now. Lesson 1, do not eat the meatloaf at Vallombrosa Retreat Center on Kairos. That hot plate might as well be labeled laxatives. Comes right out. Lesson 2, sometimes you make great decisions and sometimes we don't. Sometimes our great decisions can be like moving the stained glass to the main entrance, and sometimes our bad decisions are like the mural by the elevator. You know, I'm not sure that the first Native Americans were blonde, blue-eyed, and white, but hey, you're a hill to die on. Lesson 3, fail. This is a genuine one. You've heard the phrase, failure is the best teacher, which is almost entirely true, except for Mr. Kennedy. In Conan O'Brien's commencement speech to Dartmouth in 2011, he said, and I quote, "It is our failure to become our perceived ideal that ultimately defines us and makes us unique." That one hit me harder than a Jack and Itch memory quiz first thing on a Thursday morning. And let me tell you, those hit hard. Because yeah, we fail sometimes. I spent my first years of high school trying to be my brother. He was my ideal and my dream and my hero. But I failed, and thank God I failed, because the places in which I was not him were the places that I was myself. So go ahead. I'd like to urge all of you to try to be the next Timmy Chalamet, the next Zendaya, or even the next Guy Fieri for some of you weird chefs out there. But whatever you do, please, God, fail. You can try your best to be your ideal, but you cannot be your ideal. You can only be you, so be you. And of course, if all else fails, you can always come back to SI and be a teacher. And now I'd like to take a sincere moment to thank a few individuals. This is not a funny part. To Elijah Bonilla Hill, I would not be here without you and your friendship sophomore year. To John Hollister, my first friend at SI, who encouraged me to come out of my shell in Profe Casey's Spanish class. Gracias. To Mateo Grasso,
The other one.
who I met when we were 2 totally weird and awkward freshmen, and then later befriended when we were both juniors. Still totally weird and awkward. Go stream lemon water! To Lucia Garcia Martinez, who knew I was salutatorian, has been lying her ass off to all of you. Thank you. To EJ Gantz, my comedy partner, my dynamic duo, and my brother since day one. Thank you all. I would not be the man. Okay, fine. I would not be the boy that I am today without all of you. I'd like to invite all of you to do the same and find some time for gratitude. Take some inspiration from me, as you always do, and take some time to thank these people who have helped you through your time at SI. Now, I would like to end this speech on maybe the dumbest note, or rather the dumbest collection of notes in form of song. Get it, notes? As a future music major, thus a future Brooklyn barista, I tried to convey some of my feelings as best as I could in the speech, but I just couldn't do that. Because of that, I wrote a little song that I'd like to play for all of you. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, let's go.
Logan Simmons, would you like to come up and help out with the slideshow? Is that coming through the speaker? Yes, it is. Can you all hear me well enough?
Yes.
Let me pull up my lyrics because they're not memorized. I did write them last night.
Oh.
It's not a joke. As I'm walking through the hallways, I encounter memories. Listen up, all you seniors, let me tell you what I see. I see all of the friends I've made at the good old red and blue. Let's revisit some of these moments before I have to say goodbye to you. A classroom full of paintings and Miss Wolf's trippy art. And Sweeney always showed up late, but he stole all of our hearts. And Jasper's physical presence was a sight I never saw. And I know Ale Link is out there someone breaking every law. Ryan and Jen have dated for longer than I can count. And Shane streaked that field fully clothed, but hey, they still kicked him out. Boland assigned you an essay due a week ago at 12. Snapchatting Danny Flores, but he never seemed himself. It pains me to say goodbye to SI. We gave it our best, and we barely even tried. Quizzes and tests, all graded D's, but we put our best foot forward like true Jesuites. To the teachers out there, you tried your very best, but did we really need to use lockdown for every goddamn test? Now you'll all major in business or get a psych degree. Just get out of the school. Come on, now we're free. Grace O'Neill's ginger hair, Eamon's pale face, for hating the fightin' Irish, SI really is an Irish place. Caddies to put our phones in, no more texting in the stalls. And the Commons gave us cancer from the asbestos in the wall. Marco Church's promposal was another slam dunk. And Mr. White always showed up barefoot, and his classroom kinda stunk. With the destruction of the Commons, we lost basic amenities. And the average rugby player's grade put that C in CTE. It pains me to say goodbye to SI. We gave it our best, and we barely even tried. Now you'll all major in business, or get a psych degree. Just get the hell out of the school. Come on, now we're free. Nothing like dapping up Valentini's sweaty hands. Plug in your ears with anything to drown out that pep band. Ella Walty being the nicest, and Uma being the best. And Mikkel and Ellie in a corner of the student center. You can guess the
Whoa! That's wild.
Sitting in the foyer, laughing with EJ Gantz. And I'll never forget my freshman year when TK tried to pants me. Wildcats took home the Bruce, thanks to Daniel Leopold. And now I'll wrap the song up, cause the joke is getting old. I'd like to invite all of you to sing with me. We'll have the lyrics up on the screen. Would you like to do that?
Yeah!
1, 2, 3, 4. It pains me to say goodbye to SI. No, it doesn't. We gave it our best, and we barely even tried. Now you'll all major in business or get a psych degree. Just get out of school. Come on, now we're free. I'd like to speed it up, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. It pains me to say goodbye to SI. We gave it our best, and we barely even tried. Now you'll all major in business or get a psych degree. Just get out of school. Come on, now we're free.
Oh my god.
Just get out of the school. Come on, now we're free. And I hope to see you all soon at a reunion. Just you, the ghost of Eddie Reese and me.
Oh!